we have another Apple HomeKey lock. Yes, we have a third option, a more affordable option. This one is from Aqara. So let's go ahead and check it out. Today I'm going to tell you 3 pros that I love about this lock and 3 major cons that I do have with this lock, so stay tuned. All right, first major pro about this lock, and probably what you're most interested in, is Apple Home Keys. There's just something special about unlocking a lock with your phone or from your Apple Watch simply by raising up to the lock. You don't have to go into the app or do anything special. You just put it right next to the lock and it's going to unlock for you. Super easy, super convenient, and you can share the Apple Home Keys with your entire family. It's just awesome, and it's the main reason that you should get this lock. Now, there are cons, so just heads up, they will be coming. But first, my second pro with this lock is that it is a much more affordable option than other Apple HomeKey locks on the market. There's only 2 others, and they're both about the same price, about a third more than this one. So great to see a little bit more affordable option from Aqara. And now my last pro is that this does work with other Aqara products. It is Zigbee 3.0, so you can bind it with a Aqara hub, and that way you can get automations and setups and do things within the Aqara app that you can't easily do in other platforms. Very useful to do with Aqara products. They have a couple extra settings and features not seen anywhere else, or at least not easily. So it's really nice that they all work together within Aqara, and it's over that Zigbee hub, which you do have to purchase separately. Now on to the cons, and there are a bunch of them here, unfortunately. Now, first off, when I unboxed it, I tested it out with a Schlage key and it fit in there, and I noticed there was a 5-pin Schlage key. Unfortunately, once I went to go rekey it, I noticed that some of the tolerances within the tumbler or the cylinder and the pins are actually much smaller than a true Schlage lock. And if I used a newer Schlage key, it wouldn't even fit into the slot. So they changed all the tolerances in this lock to make it smaller for whatever reason, and you cannot rekey it easily. You cannot make it a key like you already have from Schlage. Unfortunately, that's a deal killer for me because all my smart locks and all my locks around my house are all the same key. I've rekeyed them. I know how to do it, and it's super easy, but they made it almost impossible. Now on to my second con, which is a pretty big con for some people. I'm kind of used to a Bluetooth lock that I had at this door before. I have a HomePod Mini right near this door, so it's not a big issue that this is a Bluetooth lock for HomeKit. It does not use Zigbee. It can use Zigbee to connect to a Aqara hub. When you're in the Aqara app, it will connect via Zigbee. But if you unconnect that hub, you cannot use the Aqara app to unlock the door remotely. You can use HomeKit, which uses Bluetooth, and that is the way that it's going to communicate for Bluetooth. And it does not have Thread. Could they update this? Maybe. I don't know. But currently, it only uses Bluetooth. So make sure that your HomePods are nearby if you want to use this remotely. And if you want to use Matter, this does support Matter if you have one of their core hubs that support Matter, like the M2. But this already supports Google and Alexa and HomeKit directly. But if you want to go ahead and use their beta for Matter, I did find it to work fairly well on my home network. But when I was using it remotely, it did get a couple non-responsives. But Matter will get better in the very near future. So that's a huge plus, and this will be Matter over Zigbee. And by the way, if you want to make changes in the settings of the Aqara app, it does connect to the lock via Bluetooth, and you have to be within Bluetooth range. It doesn't go through like the HomePods like it does with HomeKit, so you have to be near it to change any of the settings, update fingerprints, or anything like that in the Aqara app. And now onto my third con is when I installed this, I had a couple issues. Now I'm pretty handy, and this is my fourth smart home lock on this particular door, and this is the only lock that I had to drill extra for. For some reason, the deadbolt extended extra 2 millimeters out than any other deadbolt that I've previously had. This is a newer door. It's pre-drilled for locks like this, and unfortunately Aqara just made this deadbolt too long. Not the end of the world in my book, because I'm pretty handy. I was able to drill a little bit further into the door, but if you're not handy and you think you can just install this because you had other smart locks, just FYI, you might have to do some extra work. And unfortunately, I have to mention the fourth major con is that this is extremely buggy, both in HomeKit and the Aqara app. Now, this could be fixed in the near future, hopefully, but I did get this lock early. They released it on Amazon, and there was a limited number. I bought it personally, and it might have been out too early, and that might be why it's still buggy. Now, these bugs could certainly go away simply by a firmware update, but like everything else, I've always said don't buy on a promise, buy it for what it is currently. So heads up, it's still buggy. Hopefully they fix these issues in the very near future. And last but not least, and personally it's very subjective, this is not the prettiest lock on the market. I think they really could have spent some extra time here. It looks very boxy, very plain, and it just is not very attractive on my door. Most smart locks are pretty ugly, but this one just takes ugly to the next level. But if you're looking for an Apple HomeKey lock that's affordable, then this is definitely a okay option as long as you understand my cons. And Apple HomeKey in this thing works pretty well. Hope this video was helpful. See you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.